Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Oh, welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by Chinook Ceadery. This is episode 559. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin. I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
KC, how are we?
So you said you went to a Subway today, and
I regret it. I regret it with all
you
my
regret
heart.
it. You say it's not sitting well, which is a shame because really we're going to get into what I believe is one of our favorite topics, non-baseball, of course, and that is food. A couple mentions of food right off the top here.
We got from you
that we were going to get into. Well, we're going to talk about the Brewers, man, and like just the food stories that have blossomed, food related stories that have blossomed.
It's what we're powered on, you know.
Baked from, one might even say, from this run, this magical run that they're on. Pancakes, Nate. Pancakes,
Specifically pocket pancakes.
Pocket pancakes. I put out a video today, and I'm sure you've seen it because I try to put it everywhere because I'm a firm believer in it. So I wanted to get the word out. I wanted to get the message out. The reality of success or succeeding in baseball boils down to one simple thing. And it's
vibes.
Vibes. More specifically, a thing to rally around that creates said vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said in the video, you go back, like I said, or the TikTok, you go back quarter century. You've got the Angels back in 2002 with the Rally Monkey. You've got a rally squirrel in there. You've got a raccoon. You've got the Beards with the Red Sox. You've got Grimace last year. You got the sausage for the Twins.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bevy of things.
The sausage was crazy. You got the home run jacket.
Well,
the Blue Jays.
That's more of like a
I feel like
prop. It's more of like a. I'm saying.
The sausage isn't a prop?
No, yeah, it was, but I feel like it became more of a thing than just like, oh, you hit a home run. Here, we can throw a jacket on you. It was like the sausage with the Twins. Like, why are we talking about this on a post-game presser? I don't know, but we're winning baseball games. Kind of that thing.
The Dodgers thing.
Again, that's like an extra base hit thing. This is, I'm saying like a thing. You're getting them mixed up. We're getting like celebrations and things like that. Like you're sort of muddying the waters here.
I think if they're inside jokes, they're gonna become a thing.
Well, there was nothing inside joke about the pocket pancakes. Pat Murphy just whips it out of his pocket on the, I think it was the Apple TV broadcast a while back. They've since gone 12-0. With the win today against the Pirates, a 12-5 win over the Pirates. They've now pushed their winning streak to 12 games. They've outscored their opponents 103-39. Without question, at this very moment, the best team in baseball. 76-44. A run differential of 159.
I wonder what it's like to be at 80 wins and I get like we've had teams before. I'm not just saying it, but like I wonder how good it's got to feel to have 80 wins before you get to September. So that's what they're going to be at. That's nice.
I honestly hadn't thought about it like that. That's
like
crazy.
In my mind, I think like the threshold of a good team, I would say I'm giving a good team 88 wins, 87, 88 wins. 90 plus is, really, really good. And they're now in that conversation to crush that potentially.
They were talking about on the Sox broadcast tonight. I don't remember the exact number, but it was like 5 of last year's playoff teams had 88 or fewer wins or something like that. And to your point, the Brewers are knocking on the door of 80 by the end of the month.
Mm-hmm. It's a good place to be.
A month left to go.
Yeah, that's nice.
What do you tell me your thoughts on how this shapes your or forms your opinion about the Cubs? Because obviously what the Brewers are doing right now is of another world, but like how much of this do we pin on the Cubs? Like can we really call this a choke job, or can we just call this the Brewers running away with their division?
Definitely a little both. I was watching a clip from, I think I told you about it, the Johnny Manziel's podcast, and Anthony Rizzo was on it. And he's like, one of the things that's not really talked about is like a clubhouse knows when they need a little juice at the deadline. And they know when they're a good team. And like a little shot in the arm is going to do wonders. And I think a lot of people were just disappointed in the Cubs deadline. And I felt like I kind of hyped it up myself just because I was in the mentality of like, it's very Yankees and Soto-esque of like, you're trying out for Kyle Tucker. Like this is your audition for Kyle Tucker to sign back here. Right. And I feel like they could just done a little bit more. They were a good team. There was holes to fill, and they didn't fill them. And I feel like, that clubhouse probably felt it. Kind of what Rizzo was saying. Like, a clubhouse notices that. And look, like, and he addressed this, like, sometimes the front offices don't line up. And, like, everyone thinks it's a video game at the deadline where all you got to do is just throw offers out there, and it's just a yes, yes. It's not that simple. Your prospects have to line up with the guy you're looking at and that team's organization's, holes that they want to fill with your prospects. And if it doesn't line up, it doesn't line up. So I think I don't want to discredit what the Brewers are doing. I think the Cubs are in a really good place and they've had a good year and it's been turning a corner over the last few years. But this is just very disappointing. I feel like they're sliding. But to credit that and what you were talking about, the run differential with the Brewers, this is a team that has gotten to the point where they're not going to beat themselves. And that's how these mid to small market teams have to operate. If you're not going to attract the superstars in free agency, if you're not willing to fully commit at the deadline, you kind of have to just play good baseball. And that's what they do. And it's refreshing. Because it is very anti today's game. There's not a ton of swing and miss in their lineup. They play good defense. They do well on the bases. Pitching is really good. The fact that Brandon Woodruff has just come back and immediately been a stud, like that, all that stuff's really important. Yeah, for real, big time.
Little teaser.
As far as the pancake goes, I did have a question, and I can't remember. Do we know what pocket that came out of?
Well, I mean, the options are
an important question.
Well, the options are pretty limited, I would think. Pat Murphy's got it. I mean, he's got to be a uniform guy. Like these managers have.
He's not. He's got that BP jacket. ASU legend, Pat Murphy, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
Some of those BP jackets got the pockets up here around the tummy.
I was just thinking lower half here. I'm thinking back pant pocket. No, is that safe?
I think that's where my problem is with this. Because back pocket in the dead of summer in the Midwest.
And then who was it? Who was
the moist pancake?
Who was the woman? It's not Trisha Whitaker. Why am I thinking the name Trisha Whitaker? Why
does that sound right?
Why does that sound right?
It's the girl who used
Apple
to cover
TV.
the Rays. She used to cover the Rays. I don't remember her name though.
I don't know. Nobody seemed to be talking about it, but did he not hand her the pancake to take a bite, and she also had some?
She also had some.
Kind of a wild move that I don't feel like got enough attention. Yeah, that's something I feel like we need to address.
Look, I'm just
or
saying,
follow up on rather.
Look, the Midwest, been the summer. A lot of humidity around those lakes. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I think it was Trisha Whitaker, by the way. What a pull. What
a
pull
that's a crazy good pull. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that's like I don't know what they call it, but that
sideline reporter.
Yeah. Even though I don't like that term, title.
I don't
sport.
Either. Yeah.
Wrong sport.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, sure enough. That was her with Pat Murphy. Yep. Yeah. Former Rays, I believe. Yeah. 6 seasons with the Rays.
Have we had any more updates on the pancake? Has there been more pancakes since? Is this a daily thing? Like, where are we at with this? I need details.
I don't have an update on the status of the ongoing status of the pancake and the role that it might serve in their dugout. However, I did have another update, food related, to what the Brewers have done with their 12-game winning streak. You may or may not have heard about the burgers that a lot of Brewers fans are talking about right now, because you just hear Brewers fans throwing out burgers. We want burgers. What are you talking about? As a non-Brewers guy,
yeah, fill me in.
What are these burgers about? So I did a little research.
Yeah.
George Webb. It's a Webb's. It's a Milwaukee restaurant chain.
Okay.
So stay with me here. George Webb's, a Milwaukee restaurant chain, has a long-standing tradition of giving away free hamburgers when the Milwaukee Brewers baseball team wins 12 consecutive games. This promotion, formalized in the 1960s, is tied to the legacy of George Webb, who founded the restaurant chain in 1948. The tradition was initially based on a prediction made by Webb about a local baseball team winning 12 straight games, and has been honored twice in the restaurant's history, in 1987 and 2018.
All right. Good deal.
Make that 3.
Good deal. See, I remember something like when I was in Denver, the Rockies. I think they still do the Rockies. If they score 7, you get a free taco from Taco Bell. And you got to be like in the Denver metro area, Taco Bells, to take advantage of that.
I think the Angels do something like free. They're linked up with Mickey D's. I think they give away medium fry or something with like a minimum purchase, which is stupid.
That's just a McDonald's thing.
What are we doing? Anyway,
someone needs to step in from the pancake market and really take advantage of what's happening with the Brewers.
Yeah, I don't. It's a missed opportunity if they don't.
It really is. I don't know if I want like an IHOP.
No.
I want something kind of like the burgers, something local.
It's not local, but I was thinking of like the pancake mix that we have upstairs. It's like the Crusties or whatever, like the big old bag.
Crusties?
Crusties, not Crusties. Not like the Krusty Krab. We're talking Crusties. It's the big blue bag. I'm sure people know what I'm talking about. You just take a scoop, drop it in. Hey, shout out Chinook. Speaking of food,
hey,
shout him out. Shout him out. No, but you take the pancake mix, drop it in, mix some water. You got some pancakes. Somebody like that needs to step in and really take advantage of what the Brewers are doing right now. Yeah, there we go, Laura. Crusties. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So burgers all around. But last thing I'll say on what the Brewers are doing from a baseball perspective, now that we've sort of covered the food bases here.
Got that.
Again, going back to my point about a team needing something to rally around, to really help go on a run. The Brewers are proving that is something as silly as a pancake can, even if things aren't going as well, maybe internally or on the field or whatever it may be, a lot of times if something like this pops up, you sort of roll with it, you ride with it, the fans buy in, they get behind it. You got fans creating posters with pancakes on them. It sounds silly. It sounds stupid, but I'm
works.
telling you, this is not a bit. I genuinely have been saying this for years. I promise you, I've said it on this podcast before. Go back and find the receipts. Having something to get behind can especially this time of year, like we're approaching the tail end of the season here, can really do wonders for a team's mojo heading into the fall.
Well, unless you're the Mets, because they had the Pablo Sanchez night. I think they won 10 straight, and then it's been a free fall since.
Well, that's just the Mets, but
yeah,
that example and Grimace both proved to work. They sort of proved my theory. Again, like I said,
short term.
Like I said in the TikTok today, it doesn't guarantee a World Series title by any stretch, but it's
a nice little thing.
It gives you a little boost. Like we talked about last episode, we're in very much the dog days right now. It's always nice to have a little shot to the arm every now and then with something as silly as a pancake.
I think the fact that the Brewers have a 6-game lead on the best record in baseball, at least in the win total, the win column, 6 games.
That's all. That's the rest of baseball. You're saying,
yeah, all of baseball.
Well, with that said, going back to the Cubs real quick, are we Brewers taking the division at this point, or we're not even in September yet? Are you giving the Brewers the division right now?
Yeah. At the time of this recording, 7.5 games. I don't think it would take an epic collapse, and I can't see that happening. Because again, this isn't a team, and no disrespect to some of these other teams that live and die by one thing. They're not a team that lives by home runs. They're just bludgeoning teams at the moment. They're not a team that shuts down everybody, and pitching is just absolutely more dominant than we've ever seen. This is just a team that's good all the way around in baseball, and they don't beat themselves. So I can't see them collapsing. So I'm going to give them the division. And I'm going to be honest, the NL overall has kind of cooled off. It's kind of, we talked about for a while, the narrative for at least half the season was how much better the NL is than the AL. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm just really? Because some big teams have pretty much fallen off at this point. Between the Diamondbacks, the Giants, and the Braves, I'm writing all of them off. Talking about the Red, no disrespect, but the Reds being a game and a half back from the last wild card spot, it's just not as impressive as what we initially thought. That's all.
All right, last thing, promise on the Brewers here, and then we'll move on. To your point, though, about it taking it would require an epic collapse for the Brewers not to win the division. I'd pulled this tweet before they had notched their 12th in a row today, so this was late morning when I pulled this, but uncovered MLB on Twitter. Again, prior to today's game, the Milwaukee Brewers are 50-16 in their last 66 games, 26-4 in their last 30, and 14-1 in their last 15. That 66 game pace that I mentioned in the beginning there, 15-16, that's a 754 winning percentage. That's not sustainable.
No, it's not. Of course it's not. But I mean, we talk in the same way we talk about in the beginning of the season of hey, there's going to be woes during the season. Let's just load up and put as many wins in the bank as we can to eventually, live through those woes. It's a whole different story when you're winning ball games and there's a lot of other teams limping to the finish line. And that's what they're doing. And 90 wins is absolutely within reach. And that puts you into a strong conversation. Now, the problem is that they're probably still going to be slept on when they get to the postseason because that's just how it is.
Aren't they pacing for 102 right now?
Yeah, and that's what you're saying, is that like it's not sustainable. They're not going to continue to, live to this standard. But I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of like the fact that Pat Murphy has like found his way in this game. Like I like his managing style. I think he's pretty much locking himself into the NL Manager of the Year conversation at this point. And I like that, like, you're getting a guy who, I said ASU, like, being at that college level for a little while, and like, I'm still that teacher. I think that's his mentality. He's like, I'm hard on my guys, but I'm still going to teach. And that's what a good coach is. And I love that he's in that middle ground of like, I'm sure there's still gut feel and not totally reliant on analytics. And, you got to remember that it takes a front office to also buy into that manager style. And that's why they're winning. Good for them.
I don't want to put this on Pat Murphy, but as you were just talking about him, I had this glimpse into the future of him taking a turn the way Brian Snicker took a turn.
Age-wise?
No. Just in terms of perception by the fans. Like right now, Brewers fans are like, we love Pat Murphy. This is our guy. Who knows? Maybe they go on to win the World Series just like the Braves did. And then a handful of years later, you've got majority of fans calling for his job. And I know like a lot can change in a few years, but and again, I'm not putting this on Pat Murphy. I wouldn't wish this upon Pat Murphy, but I could just see, because I feel like, sort of similar in different facets.
I think that overall, I would say that the Brewers are a less whiny fan group.
That's fair. Yeah. And honestly, watching,
more grateful.
Yeah. Very much so, I would say, no disrespect, but some.
I'm a part of a whiny fan group, so
yeah, it's like in a postseason spot. He's like, we'll see you next March. I don't know what to tell you. No, okay, swear. Last thing on the Brewers, then we'll move on. It has been really cool, like just watching what the Brewers have done and seeing just sort of like you kind of get a glimpse into just like some traditional old school baseball city kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's really cool to see, man. Like the fans could not be more behind this team right now. They love the Brewers. The team, obviously, as we've talked about, is just playing out of their minds right now. It's really cool to see. And it's, they're not a major market team. Like it's just, it's a different style of baseball, and it's been fun to watch, I will say. Okay. Speaking of big market teams, let's move on here. Let's talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers and San Diego Padres. The San Diego Padres have, as of right now, sole possession of first place in the National League West. And
as of right now.
Because they won 11-1 against the Giants today. They've won 5 straight and 14 of their last 17. The Dodgers are playing right now. So yes, as of right now. Regardless of that, I saw a nugget that the Padres, stand by, the first time San Diego has been in first place in August or later since 2010.
That's nuts.
Right?
After this era, I'm really surprised by that stat. It also shows how dominant the Dodgers have been during this era as well.
Exactly. Right, because
really
you can't say this era for the Padres, but also leave out it's, and I'm not saying you're doing that, but I'm just saying the nature of the beast for the Padres is that you can play out of your mind year in and year out, but
shows how hard it is to win a World Series.
Oh my goodness. As
it's
long as
really, really difficult.
As long as you're in this division, with the Dodgers. You are going to be up against it.
Yeah. They're doing exactly what they should be doing. It's survive on the road, dominate at home. And at the moment, they're 18 games over 500 at home and pretty much breaking even on the road. And that's kind of how it should go. Survive on the road, dominate at home. Talk about a team that restocked at the deadline as well versus a team that surprised they didn't do more at the deadline in the Dodgers.
Can we take a brief intermission from the Dodgers Padres real quick?
Sure, you got something?
I got actually one more thing about the Brewers.
Are you sitting on a pancake?
No. One more thing about the Brewers. Last thing I say about the Brewers, promise. Truly. This was actually like something that I wanted to touch on.
Quote of the episode, by the way.
I know. Last thing about the Brewers. Real quick, though, for real.
For real.
I should have started the segment with this because I feel like this is very important. I owe Andrew Vaughn an apology, apparently. Can I play the clip from our trade deadlines prediction episode?
I'd like that clip to be played. Sure.
Let me play the clip here. Got Josh Naylor going to the Brewers because currently
the never-ending hole at first base.
Oh my goodness, man! Andrew,
Brewers.
Is it playing? It's not playing.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah. You ruined it.
I can't hear it.
Andrew Vaughn. Well, I'm not worried about you. Who has
looked
okay? Hasn't
well, I don't know if anybody can hear it.
I saw a highlight of him hitting a homer in his first AB.
If 205 with 7 jacks is okay, and
as a Brewer though,
on an on base of 243, I mean, does it matter? Like it's his 2025 campaign.
No disrespect.
No
following any of those.
No. It's just statistical data. I'm not necessarily taking a narrative here. I'm just sharing numbers.
I hear you.
As a Brewer, 2 jacks. He's hitting 350 over 7 games.
Hey, come on.
I mean, sure. Like has it been a good start to his tenure there? Sure. Is this a guy you want to take into October? I've got Josh Naylor going to the Brewers because currently
the never-ending hole at first base.
Oh my goodness, man! All right, sorry, I literally can't hear anything. So I don't like if that doesn't turn out on the recording. I'm sorry, but maybe you just get a whole bunch of nothing there. But if you heard it, Nate, and maybe the listeners heard it, they know what I'm apologizing for. Andrew Vaughn has apparently turned into Albert Pujols.
Well, here's why: is
early Cardinals Albert Pujols. It seems
you didn't say no disrespect. I gave you the opportunity to say
That's
no disrespect
fair.
after you were
me the
reading
out.
stats off, and you didn't. And now look where you're at. You're having to go. Let's put that hand up.
Well,
let's put her up.
I was just reporting.
Higher.
I was reporting the numbers. I was reporting the numbers that were available to us at that moment in time.
I need above the head.
I'm not going to apologize for sharing the numbers.
Hand
however,
up accountability here.
However, he has bounced back with this Brewers tenure that he's now a part of since July 7th. Jeff Passan before today's game. Since debuting for the Brewers on July 7th, Andrew Vaughn has the 6th highest average in MLB with 347, the 6th best OPS 1055, and the 2nd most RBIs 32. Anywho's, well, I wanted to get that on record. Andrew Vaughn, I wasn't familiar with her game.
I know, and he was getting a lot of shade thrown at him this morning in our group chat for his hairline.
Well, I mean,
it's also tough.
Can't expect him to throw no disrespect there. Anywho's, back to the Dodgers Padres. Nate, let's just cut it straight. Can the Padres win the National League West this year?
I mean, can they? Sure.
Nate, let's just cut it straight here. Will the Padres win the National League West this year?
I don't like committing to it. I don't know. They have a group with this roster that like knows how to win. They've been around for a while.
You want to know what's interesting?
What do you want to do? What do you want to say?
Well, you want to know what's interesting? You know who has the easiest strength of schedule in all
Who's
of
that?
baseball for the remainder of the year?
Dodgers.
The Los Angeles Dodgers. You know who has the second easiest schedule remaining in all of baseball for the remainder of the year?
Padres.
The San Diego Padres.
All right.
So take that for what you will. Either way, though, regardless, to your point, I'm not going to commit right at this very moment. I'm with you. I think they can. Obviously, we're what 42 games out, I think, for, until the postseason, and Padres currently hold the top that division. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes, it's certainly within the scope of possibility. However, regardless how you feel about who's going to come out of the National League West, or at least win the National League West, because it's safe to assume that both teams are coming out of the West. The fact that the Padres have done what they've done is nothing short of impressive. July 3rd, they were, 9 games back, 10 games back?
Yeah, it's true.
In the win column?
That's nice. Oh, Subway burps. Never again.
Yeah, let's not do that again. Since that date, July 3rd, Padres are 23-12 now. Dodgers are 13-20. So sort of trending in opposite directions here. And I think I'm at a point with the Dodgers where, like, especially now that we're on this side of the trade deadline, and knowing what they did and or didn't do, we're at the point now where the injuries are kind of just what they are. Like we've given you, baseball. I'll say baseball fans have given you enough slack in being like, okay, like, we understand what you're dealing with, but you're also the Dodgers. You are also the deepest team in all of baseball, and really all of the entire planet, the history of mankind.
Yeah.
Coming into this season, and you're still in first place. So, like, hats off to you, Dodgers. But, like, how are we just gonna? Is this just going to be an excuse that we ride until the World Series if we make it that far, and then if we fall short, it's like, well, look at the injury. Honestly, it's kind of a win-win if you're a Dodgers fan. No disrespect, but it's like, you say you make it to the World Series, you fall short. Well, look at what we had to deal with all year. Look at the adversity we had to deal with. Adversity. If you win the World Series, then it's like, well, look at what we had to deal with and look at what we still did.
Plus the hangover. Plus the World Series hangover. You got to add that into account. And it's not like they're out of it. I don't know.
No, and
I'd like to see the Padres go in it. I mean, a World Series game in Petco would be absurd.
I tell you what.
That'd be nuts.
If the NLCS started today, I'm 100% taking the San Diego Padres.
Padres Phils. Don't know how if that's going to line up, but that'd be sick.
I'm saying if we saw a Dodgers Padres NLCS and it started today, I'm 100% taking the Padres.
All right, I like that bullpen. I do like the bullpen.
That bullpen is going to be a nightmare. You've got 5-6 guys that could theoretically close a game for you if needed, and presumably could be closing on another team if they weren't in this back end. I envy the Padres.
Same.
I mean, really, how can you complain really, if you're a Padres fan. You're in San Diego. Got a beautiful ballpark. I haven't been. I still need to get out there sometime soon.
Great. It's great.
I'm feeling a trip to San Diego within the next calendar year. I'm feeling it. I really am.
Yeah.
You've got Don Orsillo in the booth.
It's a vet.
Which by the way, you sent me that clip from his
So good. Say it.
Oh, go down by way of the K from the Sox series. I mean, what's not to like, man? I better not hear any. We talked whining earlier. I better not hear any whining coming out of San Diego, man. Like, you got nothing to complain about. You got a heck of a ball club.
Did a good zoo. Real good.
You got a good zoo. You got street tacos. You got you got California taxes, but
sure,
you got a good zoo.
Yeah. Good seafood.
I can't vouch for that. I've never been, but I would imagine being that close to the ocean.
It's no life. It's good life out there.
No complaints.
Good pizza at the ballpark, by the way. Best pizza I've had in a ballpark before. Hands down. Not normally a ballpark food that I would pull a trigger on. I did there.
Why? Was it just like none of the other options intrigue me as much, or you just heard about the pizza?
Proximity to the seat, and we were a little late getting to the seat. Didn't have dinner.
You had good seats for that game. I remember.
Oh, yeah. I spent, because I was like, first time in the ballpark, I really want to kind of take it in. And it was I think it was like, I had to show my negative COVID test to the usher. So it was like a couple weeks after people were let in back into the stadium.
What a weird time that was.
It was strange. Yeah.
I got to get out there. I said I got to get out there.
Yeah.
You were looking right at me when I said that.
You froze, man. Your internet sucks tonight.
Oh, my bad. I'm on Ethernet. I don't know what else you want me to do.
Yeah. Talk to the higher ups.
Is that me? I don't know who that is.
Maybe rookie.
See what he knows. Hats off to the Padres, putting a bow on it. What they've been able to do. Like, honestly, that's got to be just objectively. That's got to be a challenging task to. Well, maybe I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's easier to sort of slide under the? I use that loosely. Slide under the radar if you're a team like the Padres and everybody's just talking about the Dodgers all the time. Or do you think that can sort of be a challenge where it's like, hey, don't forget about us?
It's hard to say.
Because this isn't the first year we've seen these two teams sort of, duke it out for the entire year. So that concept isn't new.
Weird. It's like more solidified that they're the little brother. Because there's such I'm not going to say like gap in talent, probably a gap in depth and a gap in spending, that it really does feel like there's.
Which is crazy to say when you're talking about the Padres, who throw money at any breathing thing.
I'm kind of winging it on that. I could be wrong. Should we look that up? I'll look it up.
Well, I feel like a gap in spending almost sounds sort of like derogatory. Like, the Padres could do so much more. When in reality, it's like they are spending, but nobody's going to outspend the Dodgers.
I don't consider them like a. Yeah, they're 8th in spending, total payroll $215. I mean, that's $125 million or $1,000 million, $125 million less than the Dodgers. Dodgers at the top at 340. So I mean, that's a significant gap. But again, like, I'm not complaining. I'm not like slapping the, poor franchise, super underdog David Goliath kind of tag on it. I'm just saying that I feel like it's more solidified of like a little brother, but you now have, I don't know. It does feel like the end of the window for like a Xander Bogaerts and Manny Machado. And I know that like Fernando can still step in and Jackson Merrill can still step in and like be in their prime, but it does feel like it's kind of coming to a close. So I'd like to see it. It'd be nice. That's a world, as long as the Yankees aren't in it, that's a World Series champion that I'm like, good for you guys. I'm happy about that. The
first one.
Exactly.
I saw somebody today say, "Whoa, Shohei Ohtani's pitching on my TV right now." I haven't seen that in a minute. Not gonna lie.
We should talk about him, huh?
Yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into Shohei. But real quick, last thing I'll say on the Padres, for real though. I saw somebody today say that
get your T-shirt.
This last thing I'll say. No, but for real, somebody was like, Padres are obviously the little brother, but they're at an age now where they're ready to fight back. And I'm like, okay, like that's like a perspective I can subscribe to, where I'm not ready to hand over the crown to the Padres, and know, as eager as Padres fans might be to grab that crown, I think most reasonably minded people can look at this and go, no, like this, let's pump the brakes here.
Yeah.
Dodgers still reign supreme. But the Padres are, I think, at a point, and they showed it to us last October. They're ready to, I think they're at a point now where they're ready to throw some punches. And I'm excited.
Little brother has landed some punches that the older brother has felt.
Oh yeah.
And the older brother's like, yo, that's going to hurt a lot more in a few years. And then now it's just like those little pencil markings of getting higher and higher, and the Padres, and it's just eye level. I'm coming for you. Been beating up on me for too long. Here we come. It'd be nice to see. Like I said, I mean, imagine it's must-watch TV if it's a Padres, Phillies, and LCS. That's electric factory at both stadiums constantly.
Well, don't forget, we got that. What? Was it 2 years ago now?
Yeah, but I think it feels a little bit sweeter post Dodgers World Series.
True.
If the Padres, if it lines up to where they have to get through the Dodgers,
yeah,
I think that makes it even sweeter. That's the only way this can happen, by the way. We can't have like a wild card exit from the Dodgers if it ends up going that way.
That'd be crazy. But I'd be here for it.
I would be here for it. I'm here for the downfall.
I'm here for the, well, I was just saying I'm here for the drama, but Nate's here for the downfall.
Yeah.
Real quick,
I'm not there.
Something I am, apparently not. Something I am here for. I'm just seeing this in the chat. Chinook said to cook bacon inside pancake mix. Is that a move? That kind of sounds like a move.
No, I hate that.
We've got both of those things. I may and I'm working from home tomorrow. I might try that tomorrow.
I don't hate that play.
Holy
I'm a big
smokes.
peanut butter on pancakes guy, by the way.
Same. I'm with
and
you.
Syrup.
Double
Double
can't
up.
say I've done both simultaneously, but
I recommend it.
I could subscribe.
World changing. Hot syrup. Heat that thing up. Put it in the measuring glass cup thing. Throw that in the mic.
That I don't do enough. I don't heat up my syrup enough.
Big difference.
But I can subscribe to that. Speaking of subscribe, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe
Please
button.
do that. Now let's talk Hawaii.
Let's talk about the beautiful land that is Hawaii. and Shohei Ohtani just trying to wreck it all. No, I'm kidding. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna say I'm not fully grasping what's happening here.
I'm not fully grasping it either. I'm not tidbits.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend to be a real estate expert or an expert even on this situation because it sounds a little bit over my head.
Real estate agents, get in the chat. Let us know.
Real estate agents, hit us up. Let us know what's happening. General contractors,
get in the chat.
What's crazy though is I've seen people that I don't know for certain, but I can pretty much assume based on the abundance of typos in their comments on social media that they're not real estate experts. And boy, are they confident in what actually happened here. And I'm thinking, you don't know. None of us really know what actually happened here. Okay. All I know.
You tell me your details that you know. I'll see if I know anything different.
Okay. So the way that I understand this is that Shohei Ohtani was being, can I say, used by a luxury housing development as sort of a like a marketing chip almost. And I don't know if this was in exchange because I think Shohei had interest in this development and living here, getting a home here, whatever that means. However often he would go there, who knows? And I don't know if this was an exchange, like, hey, can we use your likeness in exchange for, I don't know, a discount or paying you outright. I don't know what it actually amounted to. Then apparently Ohtani's agent was like, actually, I don't know if I agree with what's being proposed here. And so he pulled the plug, and then apparently it's sort of it caused this project to what was it, $240 million development project on the Big Island to sort of collapse. Is that fair to say? Like,
I kind of heard it a little differently. I heard it was like Ohtani actually like owned this development. Him and his camp like owned this development, and they were making like, they started making like too many like ridiculous requests for this development, and the building process had already started. And then Ohtani and camp were just like, we're out, we're done. And I think there was something about like this general contractor having like a 10% profit or whatever after the properties were sold. Then it was valued to be at $240 million total. So they were supposed to have, I don't know. That's kind of, I mean, again, this is like broken details that I don't really know. I mean, I don't understand real estate too much. So
bigger picture here, though, this isn't
just another blemish on the image.
That's what I'm saying. And like, if you're Shohei Ohtani, what does this mean? Is this yet another instance of Ohtani surrounding himself with somebody that doesn't necessarily have his best interests in mind? Regardless of that, whether or not this agent of his is somebody that has his best interest in mind, if you're Shohei Ohtani, how are you not just sort of laying low? Like, I'm not saying that you have to fall off the grid, because you can't, because you're Shohei Ohtani. But why are you getting swept up in these like mega million housing development deals and being put in a situation to where something like this could even happen? Like with all that happened with Ipe and all of that, people are still talking about that. So like, I don't know, maybe outsource these kinds of things to a circle of people even further beyond where you currently have it operating, because having it this close to where it's your literal agent handling these things. I don't know if that's the wisest thing. And again, who am I to sit here and give Shohei Ohtani financial advice? I'm not. It's just, it seems odd to me that it's yet another instance of Shohei Ohtani being swept up in a multi-million-dollar scandal. And I feel like it would probably, I keep seeing this comment in the replies on social where it's like, if I had a nickel for every time this happened, I'd only have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. And that's kind of how I feel about this whole Shohei situation, where it's like, how many multi-million-dollar scandals does it take before you step back and be like, maybe we should lay low for a minute?
I got the George W. quote spinning in my head. The fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't be fooled again.
Can't be fooled again.
Fool
me once, can't get fooled again.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I mean, look, it just kind of shows like how hard it is to be like a superstar and remain unscathed. I feel like there's scandals surrounding every celebrity, and I think there's few athletes that cross into that echelon of I'm also a celebrity because of how good I am. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Mike Trout was the face of baseball for us for a long while, but like, did everyone in the world know who he was? No. You know what I mean? Like, there's few, like LeBron James is like, he's crossed in that. Kobe Bryant. These are Michael Jordan. These are names that like cross into celebrity status. So I mean, it's all eyes all the time. Stuff, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I'm with you on that.
But I mean, I'm of the camp that like normally where there's smoke, there's fire. So
if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck. What I'm saying though is you're saying, well, it goes to show you how hard it is to be a superstar and stay unscathed. I feel like in that, which again, I agree with you, but in that scenario, the individual in question is making a concerted effort to sort of stay out, like to the best of their abilities, to stay out of the limelight, at least off the
Which
field.
It seems like he does, because he's never showing his face anywhere. His teammates never see him outside of the
because
clubhouse.
he's got his little henchmen doing his dirty work. Like again, he could. It's possible that he's innocent in this situation and he just got swept up in a bad deal. Who's to really say? But how many more multi-million-dollar scandals is it going to take before we go, maybe Shohei's not the guy we thought he was?
It's fair. Is like Ronaldo or Messi, have they ever been in any scandals? I'm not a big football guy, but I'm not sure if, because I mean, like, talk about like known around the world. Those guys are known. They walk around the streets and the whole city shuts down.
They are.
But they still walk around.
I likewise am not a big football guy, but from what I can gather, or from what I have gathered, both seem to be pretty upstanding gentlemen.
I could be wrong. I feel like Ronaldo kind of gives me the ick. I don't.
Yeah.
You're a little sketchy. I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Messi, yeah, I think Messi is definitely like on the, if we're putting him on a scale, I think Messi is definitely like the, hey, I'd get a lunch with that guy.
You look like
not that I wouldn't get a lunch with Ronaldo, but
yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, man, this whole Ohtani thing is just a mess. Like, I don't.
Trying to get Hawaii back on the map. They just keep taking blows.
Crazy, man. Don't be messing with Hawaii, folks. Yeah. Just leave them be.
I agree.
Speaking of
but I agree.
Speaking of blows, let's get going with the return it's been what, 2 or 3 weeks?
Return of the Mac. It has been a while.
It's been a minute because I didn't do it when I was at the beach because I don't know why I didn't do it. Well, maybe it's because I was at the beach. I just didn't think to pull some names together. However, leading us off here, Shea Bangaliers over the last 15 days, coming into today, Wednesday, hitting .411 with 7 homers, 11 ribbies, and an OPS of 1307. No player in baseball has a high, according to MLB Deadline News on Twitter, no player in baseball has a higher F4 since the All-Star break than Shea Langoliers. Also is tied for the most homers since the break with none other than Kyle Schwarber.
It's good company.
Kyle Schwarber been on a tear of his own. Next up, George Kirby. Why do I feel like is this his debut for the credit cannon?
George. Yeah, probably.
It might be. I think I've got Brian Wu on here before, but I don't recall if I've had George Kirby on here. George Kirby's last 4 starts: 7 innings, 0 earned runs, 7 Ks, and a win. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks, and a win. 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 6 Ks, and a win. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks, and a win. George Kirby, safe to say, he's back. And this is huge for a Mariners team that is on an 8-game winning streak as of right now.
Yo, this is a team I do not want to deal with in the postseason.
Well, I realize now that we completely skipped over that because I was talking about the Brewers so much, and I just had so many follow-up points to the Brewers. Can we talk about that real quick? I feel like you wrote the Mariners off.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're having me put my hand up,
no, because I don't remember it.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's cool. No, but the Mariners have caught up to the Astros coming into today, both tied atop the American League West. Again, Mariners riding an 8-game winning streak coming into today. Trailed the Astros by as many as 7 games early last month, but are now
This
controlling their own destiny.
Like if they go wild card and they work their way through the wild card, like you still have to worry about dealing with their pitching staff when they get to the division series. You know what I mean? Like this is a team where like if they can get momentum and get through a wild card round, look out, because the way that rotation would set up in the ALDS would be like, okay, now you're getting like Logan Gilbert game 3 potential. You know what I mean? Like it flips over and you're like, I'm dealing with an ace in the middle of this thing. Could get scary. Now they got some pop in the lineup too.
Coming into today, 23-13 since the 1st of July. Have actually jumped up to 3rd on DraftKings odds to win the World Series.
Good deadline as well.
Well, tied. That's a little misleading. They're tied for 3rd with like 3 other teams.
Yeah.
Still tied for 3rd. Real quick, I just had this thought. What would your reaction be let's just say you were in a coma and you just woke up and I said, Nate, you're never going to believe this, but the 2025 World Series features the Mariners and the Padres. What would your gut reaction be to that?
That's nice.
Are you feeling that? Or
I'm feeling that a little bit. That's nice.
I think I could come around on that too.
Yeah, I think I could. I would want. Yeah, I mean the AL. I don't know. It's hard to say that the Tigers would be more exciting than the Mariners. No disrespect.
Yeah.
But like cold baseball in Detroit for a World Series is kind of cool. We seen that recently. Not recently, but in the past. I feel like it gets kind of cold in Seattle too, so I guess that'll work. But they got the roof. I need cold weather.
Yeah.
That's my rule.
I would. Well, actually, I can't say what I would do if they closed the roof.
They would.
It wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah. You would have no mock turtlenecks. None.
Such a loser move.
I know. None.
But yeah, the last thing about the Mariners is, and we've said it on here before, our biggest hang-up was their lack of offense, but they have seemingly fixed that. So you combine that with what they're doing on the bump. Yeah, I could talk myself into having the M's in the series.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I'm with you.
As it pertains to the American League West, though, you still riding Stros?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like the Mariners had a better deadline.
Oh, here's an exercise for you. Let's just label the Astros as the favorites in the clubhouse, and the Dodgers the favorites in the clubhouse. You can only pick one of those to win their respective division, and the other has to finish second. Which team are you picking to win their division?
Astros.
Which means you'd have the Padres winning the West.
Mm-hmm. Because I think that the Mariners could survive the wild card round, and I don't think the Dodgers could. So I'm just going with my heart.
Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Going with my heart. My team sucks, so I'm just going for vibes at this point.
Hey, credit to you, man. Know? It seems like you're sort of up for sale here as it pertains to like your fandom coming into September down the stretch, October, which is crazy. Again, what are we really? You talk about a whiny, spoiled fan base. You still hold a postseason spot as it sits right now. So I don't know why you're complaining.
Like I said, I'm focused on fantasy football right now.
All right, I'm gonna clip this, and I'm gonna be sure to play this if the Yanks go on a little bit of a run. Don't count on it, but if for whatever reason they do, I'm gonna clip this so that when they go on a little bit of a run, I'm gonna say, Nate, you're gonna have to turn your TV off and focus up on fantasy football.
Yeah, I like that.
This team has you so messed up in the head right now.
I'm psychotic at this point. I'm in the loony bin.
It's scary.
Physically, I'm not there. Mentally, I'm in the loony bin. I get pills on the tray next to my mashed potatoes and bread roll.
Wow.
This
is getting dark real quick. Speaking of scary, you know who else has been scary? Brandon Woodruff. This has to be a debut. He's only made 6 starts, but in those 6 starts since his return, he's gone 4-0 with an ERA of 2.29 with 45 strikeouts. He's tallied 8+ Ks in 4 out of those 6 starts. Your guy Justin Havens on Twitter. Well, he started today for the Brew Crew, I believe. Obviously, they got the win, so sort of outdated, but this was prior to today's game. It said Brandon Woodruff on the bump this afternoon, who made his season debut on July 6th. Of the 79 qualified pitchers since July 6th, Woodruff's strikeout rate, which is 34.9%, is tied for the 3rd highest behind Dylan Cease and Tarek Skubal, and tied with Zach Wheeler.
It's good company, Ryder. Side note, Dylan Cease kind of turned it on a little bit.
Kind of feeling the Pods.
Not quite canon worthy yet, but maybe.
No. I mean, I just don't throw the cannon around.
You don't
aimlessly like that.
You don't.
Like you
can't.
gotta do something to get in.
You just can't. Can't be doing that.
Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams is 2-0 with an ERA of 1.30 and 28 strikeouts and 4 starts over the last month. And again, this was coming into today. I think he made a start this afternoon for the Guards. He actually, excuse me, I don't even think we talked about it. He took a no-hitter through 8 1/3 versus the Mets on what was that, August 6th? So it was like a week ago. His last start before today. So good on Gavin Williams for being a somewhat of a bright spot for the Guards, who are how they've been playing. How the Guards been playing. 7-3 in their last 10. Dropped today. Where are they on the wild card?
This is where seasons are won and lost. You know what I mean?
Guards are the first team out right now. We're only game and a half out of your Yanks.
I know.
Don't sleep on the Guards.
I didn't. I was the only one who picked the Guards. Everyone was out on the Guards preseason. I was the one. I'm the one fan.
You're mistaken. Actually, no.
Winning the division.
You are correct. I had the Royals winning the Central, so you're correct. And lastly here, you know him, you love him. Peter Alonso, saved him for last. Hey, look, we take our shots at Peter. Pretty cool feat for Peter, for young Peter though. Is now the all-time leader in home runs in Mets history. I think he hit 253 and 254 in the same game, if I'm not mistaken. But his 253rd, I know you don't care. His 253rd career homer broke his tie with Darryl Strawberry. So Peter sits atop the record books for the New York Mets. So wanted to shine a little light on that.
I don't want to hear any Met fans cheering for him. He didn't want him. Did you see the Mad Dog take when he was on MLB or ESPN? I teeing off on it.
I saw he was going off on something. What did he say?
He was just like, he begged to come back. Why are you guys like, you guys can't be all in his camp now? Like he begged him to be there.
Well,
and he's like, what kind of, no one talked about that record before now. So it's like, what are we talking about?
Well, and I can't believe I'm defending Mets fans here, but
who would have guessed? No disrespect. Solid career. Obviously. But who would have guessed Darryl Strawberry was leading that list?
That's what I'm saying. They're pretty, the Mets have been a joke at certain points, obviously, but all in all, somewhat of a prestigious franchise. And to think that
thought there would be a
Peter Alonso is now the guy this early.
Yeah.
No, but what I was saying is, in defense of Mets fans, they're not the ones with the checkbook. Like I'm sure there were a lot of Mets fans that did want Peter. Maybe not though.
He's just corny. The helmet tip of the cap was just.
Oh, okay.
The guy's such a weenie.
He's a weenie, but he's the Mets weenie, and nothing's going to be changing about that anytime soon. It seems. Because he's going to retire before he plays for another team. I think we know this. He will retire well before he should, if asked to play for another team.
I could see that.
I could absolutely see that. So tip of the cap, tip of the helmet to Peter Alonso. That's all I got, my friend. You got anything else for the folks?
Nope. Stay away from Subway.
Well, stay away from the Subways that are like the only food option in town. That's when you get in trouble.
Your boy was on the road today, traveling up near the Grand Canyon. It was a Subway that's connected to a Love's gas station.
The Subway was attached to a gas station too?
Yes.
You
Subway and Carl's Jr. were right next to each other in the Love's gas station.
You told me that Carl's Jr. was attached to the gas station, which is why you went to the Subway.
No. I was standing. They were right next to each other. They share the fountain drink.
That's crazy.
You could get your fountain drink for both sides. Yeah,
no chance you don't have food poisoning that flares up tomorrow.
I know.
No chance.
I was standing in front of the menu at Carl's Jr. and I'm just like, I haven't been here in a while, but like, I'm not 18 anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I can't, you have onion rings and like mozzarella sticks on your burgers. Like, I can't. With a lot of guacamole, and I'm just like, I can't pull trigger on that. I gotta go to Subway, and I regret it. I regret all my decisions. I should have just gone like through the Love's gas station and got like a bag of Doritos or something. But tough look.
Michael said there's one in Searcy, Arkansas. Yeah,
good old Searcy.
I'm guessing that the Subway. The single Subway that's in Searcy, Arkansas. No disrespect. Maybe they're probably good people, but
they didn't even have the
probably some foodborne illnesses there.
What's the rosemary bread? They didn't even have that as an option. It was white or wheat. That's all we got here. I'm like,
I mean, who's really venturing outside white or wheat at Subway?
Oh, rosemary? The rosemary one was the one that hit. I don't remember what it was. It was like garlic and rosemary or something. I don't know.
Let me rephrase. Who's really expecting options beyond white or wheat at a gas station Subway?
They've really dumped a ton of money into their marketing recently. And there's a lot, dude. Like over the last like 5-6 years, there's just been a lot of big names speaking for Subway. The menu looked a little different. Just didn't deliver. I almost pulled trigger on the cookie too. It was in that like glass tray by the cashier.
Now that never fails.
Like, man, I don't need it. And I said no.
I would venture it even a gas station Subway in the middle of nowhere. Those probably still hit. So I wouldn't have faulted you for that. But
yeah.
What'd you get? Tuna? Did you get like tuna on your sandwich?
No, I got a cheesesteak. Just a terrible idea. Terrible. I wanted a hot sandwich and I was just like, eh. I regret it. I regret it all.
That's a look of regret right there.
I don't know. That was 6 hours ago. I can't even think about eating. I might have a bowl of cereal for dinner, like I said.
I feel for you, man. Let me know. People, check in on Nate tomorrow. Make sure he's doing all right.
I know my boss comes into town. I'm spending the whole day with him tomorrow, which is not good. Yeah.
And you're gonna have food poisoning on top of it.
Roll the windows down.
By the way, real quick before we go, leave a little parting story here for you folks to really enjoy. Somebody apparently like threw open our trash can yesterday. Like we leave the bin out front for pickup on Monday nights and they pick it up Tuesday morning.
Oh, yours. Not like a work thing. It's your personal one.
No. Like at our house, we leave the bin. There's like a little grass patch. All the neighbors sort of drop their bins off, and
they chose yours, huh?
Meredith gets home from work, and I get home shortly after her, and she's like pulling the hose out with a trash can upside down. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, yeah, somebody threw up in our trash can. And I was trying to figure out.
Cooked in the sun all day.
Oh, dude. It was corn.
Oh.
There was corn in there.
No.
What? Who does that, man? If you're listening, if you're watching and you have to toss your lunch, don't do it in somebody's trash bin.
Just do it in the grass.
Do it in the grass and then
right there.
Cover it up or something. Don't throw up in somebody. Like, if you're going to throw up in a trash bin, throw up in your own trash bin. What a PSA. Don't throw up in people's trash cans.
Yeah, you don't like live on the streets of like an inner city either. Like, I don't understand. Like, you're in a neighborhood. That's such a wild.
It's crazy.
Could have been the corn salsa chipotle. They always have some type of poisoning going on, don't they?
It's possible, man.
We're really throwing some brands under the bus today, aren't we?
There was no question that it was corn. Anywho's, that's all I've got. You got anything else?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, clearly your neighbor doesn't listen to this advice, but don't go chasing curveballs.
We love you all as always. Looking forward to talking more baseball with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.